Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super duper spontaneous. I literally just had this thought last night and I was like, I need to make a video. So I wrote it down in my little notebook and I don't know, I just feel like I've been getting these random ideas and thoughts recently, and I really think it's like my spirit guides and my angels just sort of like giving me, you know, signals of like what to do and which direction to go in, that kind of thing. So I'm just taking that on, and I really hope that this video helps at least one of you, because this is something like that I can relate to 100%. As someone who has suffered with anxiety and other mental health disorders literally my whole entire life, I can relate to this so much, and I feel like it's easy to give advice for this kind of thing, but it's not as easy to take it on, and I completely understand that. And I have been told by many people all these different things to do and stuff, and it's one of those things that's easier said than done. And as someone who has been through this myself and has come out the other end in such a good way, like I'm in such a good place at the moment, and to be honest, 3 months ago I wasn't. Like, I was in a terrible place. So for me to sit here and give you guys these tips is huge, because I am living proof that this works. And this is not coming from someone who is just, you know, studying it, or some doctor or something that thinks this is how it should go. But this is just things that I feel like no one really talks about that much, and things that have worked wonders for me. And I do want to say as well, if you are suffering with anxiety, please know that you are not alone. And the reason for me feeling like I need to make this video is because it's really great that people sort of opening up about mental health and that kind of thing and really showing support. And it's not in saying I don't want to show support or shed the light or anything like that, but people are more like, you know, we need to spread the awareness about anxiety and just really spread the awareness, and it's okay to be anxious and blah blah blah. But it's like not enough people are talking about what to do, how to manage it, you know what I mean? Like how to manage your anxiety, how to get rid of your anxiety. Like that's the important stuff that we should be talking about, not just spreading the word about anxiety and making it okay. Like that's all great, but we are not managing it. We're not getting to the root of it, and we're not doing anything. Like it's all great when everyone understands that you have anxiety, but you still have it. You still have to go through it, and it's a shit thing to go through, you know what I mean? And it's like there's no solution to it these days, but let me tell you, there 100% is. So I'm just going to get straight into it and give you my 6 biggest tips of how to manage your anxiety. And as I said in the beginning of the video, these are things that have worked wonders for me over the last few months, and if at least one of these helps you guys, then I will be forever grateful. The first thing is food. Your diet. You are what you eat, and I cannot stress this enough. You guys know I am really passionate about health and food, and anything that goes on within your body is all connected. So your mental health is connected with the rest of your body. What you put into your body is what you are going to have reflected on the outside. I know sorry, I've got this pen and I just really need to put it down because it's annoying. A lot of you probably already know this, but some of you may not know, is your gut is basically your second brain. So what happens in your gut is all of the good bacteria and the bad bacteria and all that sort of stuff basically is what is in charge of your happiness hormone, because that's where it is made, in your gut. So your happiness hormone and your mood and all that is affected by your gut. So everything that you put into your mouth is affecting your mind and your body and your spirit and everything. Like everything that you're eating will affect your mental state, and I cannot stress that enough. You've probably heard that many times before, but this is the reason why people that go on diets like keto end up staying and loving it, because it really improves their mental health. And the number one thing why keto works so well for depression and anxiety is because you're cutting out sugar. Sugar is the devil, and I'm just going to put that out there. I wish it wasn't because I'm a massive sweet tooth, but it is. And pretty much anxiety stems from your nervous system. It's a disorder of your nervous system. And what sugar does, it just corrupts your nervous system. So not only that, it damages your gut. So you're basically killing two birds with one stone, if that's, is that the right saying? Yeah, two birds with one stone, but not in a good way. So if you're someone who does have anxiety, think about how much sugar you are having. And don't forget, sugar is in everything. Sugar is not just lollies. Sugar is in everything. And I see people complaining about anxiety all the time, and I'm not going to name any names, but people are like trying to spread awareness about it and stuff, but their diet is terrible and they literally live off lollies. Like, it frustrates me so much because sugar is a stimulant, and just like coffee, caffeine is another one. I cannot drink caffeine. I do not care. If I am tired, I will have a decaf, and I feel like it's a bit of a placebo effect. I'll have a decaf and be like, this is going to wake me up, this is going to refresh me, and it does. You do not need caffeine, and caffeine is another thing that's a stimulant to your nervous system. So sugar and caffeine are like two things that if you have anxiety, even the tiniest little bit of anxiety, cut it out of your diet and you will see the biggest difference. Another thing is processed food. As I said, healthy gut, healthy mind. Anything that's not a whole food, that's not a fruit or a veggie, that's something that's come from the earth. Anything that's in a packet or anything like processed, or, you know, basically anything that's in the middle section of the supermarket, try to minimize that. I'm not saying just completely change everything cold turkey. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but really take a look at your diet. Go see a nutritionist. Go and make a plan for yourself. If you need help, I'm here. Like, really think about what you are eating, because what you are consuming is playing a massive, massive role in your mental health. And I have always been like a generally healthy person, but I made a massive, massive switch in my diet around, I'd say October, November last year. And ever since then, like, I used to have panic attacks every single day. I used to have social anxiety. I didn't want to leave the house. Like, my anxiety was like to the absolute peak. I was depressed, and I know it probably doesn't seem like that because, you know, social media is all the good, juicy, highlighted stuff, but I was in a terrible, terrible place. And ever since making this massive change in my diet, it's only been like, 3 or 4 months, and I barely get anxious anymore. Like, it takes a lot for me to get anxious, and I still do get anxious, and I especially get social anxiety, but it's nowhere near as bad as what it used to be. And like with my other mental health stuff, because this is about anxiety, I'm going to just talk about anxiety, but in regards to like depression and that kind of thing, like, my whole world has completely flipped upside down. And it's not just because of my diet. There are other things that I'm going to talk about that added to that, but I swear by my diet and how much that has helped. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2, drugs and alcohol. I think we all know this, but I feel like some people just, even though they know it, they still kind of fall back into it. Drugs and alcohol are depressants. They're the type of thing that make you feel really good, and then you feel 10 times worse after. That's why we get hangovers, and that's why we get come downs and stuff like that. I don't know, I've never taken drugs, so I don't know what that feels like, but I have seen it on other people, and I know how bad it is. I know that if you are feeling down or anxious, the first thing you want to do is have some drugs or have some alcohol, because it's like an instant makes you feel good. But just know that this is only worsening you in the long run, and if you want to get better, then you need to stop thinking of these quick fixes. Same thing with medication. Like, I'm talking about medication in this sense as well. Medication is a band-aid. Drugs, alcohol, it's all a band-aid. You're not fixing the problem. You're actually putting a band-aid on a wound, and you're not letting it heal. You're not letting it breathe. It's only going to get worse under that band-aid. So please, 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 please avoid any type of drugs and any type of alcohol. I'm not saying don't drink, but don't use alcohol as a quick fix. The third thing is your mindset, and this is another thing that has helped me immensely. A positive mind lives a positive life. Now, I feel like I'm going to get more, like a lot more into this mindfulness kind of stuff, because I have been on such an amazing mindfulness and spiritual journey lately, and it has honestly improved my life for the better. But the one thing that I will say in this video is remember that everything is happening for you, not to you. I know when I feel anxious is because I'm just like thinking, oh my god, all this is happening to me, why is this happening to me, oh, all this bad stuff is happening, blah 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 blah, and just starting negativity about everything that's like a minor inconvenience, and then you just hype yourself up and get anxious. Is that not right? But if you just change your mindset and be like, this is not happening to me, this is happening for me. All these minor inconveniences are happening for me because they're going to help me in the long run, or they're going to teach me a lesson or something like that. So just shifting that mindset and remembering that everything is happening for a reason, and it is happening for you. It is literally, I cannot stress that enough. Everything that happens to me now, or should I say happening for me now, that isn't, you know, the most positive or isn't really what I was planning, I kind of look at it and I go, alright universe, what are you throwing at me this time? Like, what do you want? Like, just look for the things that you think you're meant to learn from, right? I just sit back and think, alright, what am I supposed to learn from this? Or what is this bringing for me? You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't understand what that is at the time, but you will in the future. So just remember, take everything in and like let go of any worries. I feel like too often for us people that struggle with anxiety is we're thinking about the past or we're thinking about the future, especially the future. I find you're thinking like, oh, what if that, and Ben's caught me out on this kind of stuff all the time because I'm literally thinking about the future and thinking about what's going to happen, and he's like, whoa, you are getting anxious for no fucking reason. You literally just made up a whole scenario in your head that hasn't even happened. How do you know that's gonna happen? And I just have to sit back and think, yeah, I know, like, I'm being really dramatic. That hasn't even happened, and who's to say that's gonna happen? Like, by thinking that that's gonna happen, you are manifesting that to happen. I'm gonna talk about manifestation in another video again, but what you are thinking about, like, your thoughts become your reality. So if I'm stressing about the future and having this really bad image of, oh no, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, that's probably gonna happen. Because what I'm putting my mind to is I'm literally painting my reality. But instead of that, if you can't think positively about the future, don't think about the future, don't think about the past, think about the present, like be in the moment. It will make you so much less anxious. Just let everything go. All your worries, all the anxiousness about the future and all the anxiety about the past, like, let it go. Just give it to the universe. Be like, here, take it. I don't want to deal with it. I am just focusing on the present, what's happening right now. Like, just stop, like, be with yourself, listen to what's happening around you, look around you, like, be in the present. Stop worrying about the past, the future, what's happening to me, blah blah. Just remain positive and in the present. The fourth point, and this has helped me so much in just the last few weeks, I've really implemented this in like my daily thinking, is practicing gratitude. So if you guys know anything about like your vibrations and that kind of thing, gratitude is the highest on the list. So by you being grateful, you are putting out the highest vibrations you possibly can out there. And what happens when you put off positive vibrations is you have a positive vibe and you attract abundance and greatness and you attract positive things. And gratitude is something that I feel like not enough people are practicing, because everyone's always so focused on things that aren't going too well or negatives, and it's so easy to fall into that slump and feel sorry for yourself. But instead of that, like, don't give your energy to something negative, because you are wasting your own energy on negative things, negative people, negative situations. Fuck that shit right off and think about all the things you're grateful for. Like, even if everything is going so wrong in your life, There is always something to be grateful for. I literally start my morning, the first thing I do when I open my eyes is I turn around, look at Ben and think, I'm so grateful to have such an amazing, supportive partner right next to me and in my life. Then I turn around and look at Teddy and I think, I am so grateful that I have a healthy, happy puppy. If you guys have been around for a few months, you guys know that our last puppy was really, really sick and passed away. And this puppy, Teddy, he is an absolute fucking nightmare and he drives me up the walls. But every day I'm so grateful because I'm like, this is what a puppy is like. This is what a healthy, happy puppy is like. And I'm so grateful for it. Like, where are you? You're just down there sleeping. I love him so much and I'm so grateful for it. Things like I'm so grateful for the weather. I'm so grateful to have clean drinking water. I'm so grateful to have a roof over my head. I'm so grateful that I have a family that loves me. Like just anything that you can be grateful for. Think about it. Do it the first thing when you open your eyes in the morning. Don't wake up in the morning and think, oh, it's raining outside, how shit. And, oh, I have to go to work today. Like, wake up and be like, I'm so grateful that I have a job, that I can go to work and make money so that I can live. Like, think grateful thoughts, and being grateful and practicing gratitude will literally change your life. Do it for a week and you come back and tell me and be like, holy shit, that has literally changed my life, because it does. And by being grateful and showing the universe that you are grateful for what the universe is giving you, you will attract more and they'll give you more. Because I don't know, just like in every situation, if you are, say you are a shop assistant and you are serving someone and and they're real like negative and shitty and they put off a bad vibe, you literally just want to do the transaction and send them off and just get them out of your way, right? But then if you have a really good customer that's like nice and chatty and really warm and has a really good energy and is really grateful, those customers that say thank you so much like a million times, like the nicest people, they just make you want to be like, actually I can give you a discount or I can give you a little freebie, and it just makes you want to give them more. Or even if it's just like giving them a bit more of your time or a bit more of your energy, like that's exactly how the universe works. By you being grateful and not focusing on the negative energies, you will attract more things to be grateful for and more positive vibes and more positive energy. And in that case, you won't be feeling anxious because you will have all these positive thoughts and you won't be anxious about what's happening or what you don't have and stuff. You will be feeling grateful and positive, and you'll be like, what? Anxiety who? So yeah. My fifth tip is implementing a daily routine. Now this is something that I have been told to do for so long and I just never did it, and I was like, why have I not done this? Things like meditation, yoga, going for walks outside, listening to music, listening to podcasts, what else do I have here? Journaling, reading, whatever makes you feel good. Make time for yourself and make it a daily routine. So whatever makes you feel good, and go out and try different things. If you haven't meditated and you have anxiety, stop what you're doing right now. No, after this video, go and do a meditation. Literally look up a guided meditation on YouTube. It can be for 5 minutes, it can be for 10 minutes, it can be for half an hour. However much time you have in that day, just do a meditation. It literally works wonders by just closing your eyes and just thinking about nothing else. Because I feel like when you get anxious, you're too much in your thoughts and like what's in your mind. But if you take that time out to journal or read or go for a walk, listen to music, meditate, you end up focusing your mind on something else. And even if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you end up thinking about something else that's not your, that's that energy that's consuming you and making you really anxious. And the last tip is learn your triggers and learn how to deal with them, basically. For me personally, a lot of my triggers would be stress. So whenever I am stressed, and I'm always stressed because I'm literally like a little stress ball, and I know that that's a trigger for me. So whenever I start to feel stressed, I just need to sort of think to myself, like, why am I stressing about this situation? if it's something that I can't control, because that's usually what it is, it's like a control thing, because I'm a control freak. I'm like, I have no control over this situation, so I'm stressing. I just need to learn to let go. So learn what your triggers are, and if it's stress like it is for me, just let it go. And I know it's easier said than done, but the more you do it, the more you practice it, the better you become at it. So that was my 6 little tips on how to manage your anxiety. And if you have any questions about any of the things that I spoke about, feel free to leave them down below and we can chat. As always, my DMs are always open, so feel free to chat to me on Instagram about anything. And yeah, that is all I have for today. I'm sending my love to you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!